Hey guys, we've got an exciting video today. We're going to be looking at one of the best Ekko players in the world. And no, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about, you may have heard of him, xiaolaoban. He's from a little country called Korea, and he recently hit Challenger on a 70% win rate account on Ekko mid. So we're going to dive into some gameplay. Let's get into it. Jumping into the gameplay, guys, we've got a Sylas versus Ekko matchup. You can see from his setup, he's running Electrocute and Ignite, so he's playing for that 1v1. I notice in a lot of these games when he's into melee matchups, he takes Ignite and Electrocute just to get that 1v1 pressure and that kill pressure. And then when he plays into ranged champs, he takes Hail of Blades and Teleport. So early game, Sylas is pretty strong with his double E, but you see he wastes it there. What you want to do in the early game is Ekko is just try to get as many last hits as you can. You want to try and poke him down with your Q while hitting last hits. He takes a good trade here. That's why you take the Electrocute, because you can out-trade Sylas level 1. Now you can look for the level 2 all in. Very good trade here. He's putting the Ignite on just to get that pressure on, and his abilities are coming back up, so he can look for the kill here. Sylas flashes, and that's just an easy kill because you can just flash right after that. So what he did really well there was he tried to last hit as best as he could, but he's poking down the Sylas with his Q. Ekko is surprisingly does a lot of damage early on, especially with the Electrocute setup. Sylas obviously made a bit of an error, went a bit too deep, now he's making a bit more of an error. This is a really good trade here. Now Sylas has used his TP to get back in the lane, but he's already low in health, so he can't really push out the next wave. xiaolaoban gets a free reset here. So this is looking like the lane looks pretty much over right now. So what xiaolaoban likes to do in the early game, he always, I'd say 99% of the time, goes Dark Seal first back. I like taking Dark Seal and refillables. I think that just makes the laning phase a lot easier. And it's less punishing. Like you can go for a lot more trades when you go refillable as well, but he's opted for the boots. Probably because he used his flash, and the boots will be pretty handy in case he needs to get out of a ganking situation. Now it's just last hitting. So I also think another good reason why he's taking Ignite and Electrocute in this setup is because look at his team comp. He has a really strong team comp. He's got Renekton, Bel'Veth, Tristan Knott, a lot of CC, a lot of setup. So he can look to be really aggressive. He wants to finish this game in 15 minutes. Cool, that's a nice little trick there. So you can throw out your Q, you can miss it, but you can, when the Q comes back, you can E towards where the Sylas is or the enemy is, get a proc, and then you can get your free passive proc off again and Electrocute. Just focus on last hitting. And we got an enemy grave spotted. You can see Bel'Veth is bot side, Graves is bot side, so you can hug the top side here just to be a little bit more safe. Get a max range E Sylas there. So trading with Sylas is a bit hit and miss because with his W, when he gets more points than that, he can get a lot more healing back. The trading's a little bit harder. You just want to be patient, you want to take the right trades. He's looking not to back here. Probably wants to do some more trades. He's probably going to wait for Sylas to use his abilities here. And then he can go in. He's got Ignite in 8 seconds too. This could be another kill angle. Just missed out. Ignite. And he got him. Really well played there. Really good. It's cannon wave here, so he can push if he wants, he can back. It's going to be a neutral lane. Looks like he's opting to push. I don't remember where Graves was, but I think he knows that Graves is not around. He must be in bot side. Gets a cannon, get a reset here. And a really good laning phase. So Sylas is, I would say, a bit of a counter pick to Ekko, but so far he's gotten 2 kills. He's up in CS, and he has Prior in this lane when he's not supposed to. And it's just because of this really good consistent trading. He's just really good at constantly trading when he's got his cooldowns, when his electrocutors up. The good thing about Ekko is that you can EQ, get your passive auto, and get your passive proc, and then you got the movement speed to get out of bad trades, and that's why you can see that he's winning a lot of these trades, even though Sylas is pretty much stronger. He doesn't do the level 6 level up. As well. I don't do that because I think I'm a bit too old. My mechanics are not there yet. I would never press R. You see they're fighting in the bot lane here. This is a pretty good roam. Sylas has to catch mid wave, but he's not showing at the moment. So you can W where they think they're gonna walk to, go in. Nice. Just really easy setup there. This is what happens when you have a Nautilus and Belvath, so you can just go for these constant roams and you have a lot of setup. This makes his job easier. He's still got ult, so he can throw it in the dive here. You can see that he's holding his abilities. Takes the tower aggro. Wait for the Samira to react, and then he uses his abilities. Really well done there. I think a lot of people, when they pick up Ekko, they just want to spam his abilities and misplace his W. He's really patient and uses it at the right time. You can also see that he's building towards the Lich Bane. Lich Bane is probably the strongest item on Ekko. I say first item on Ekko. Just because of the movement speed, the passive proc, it gives you 100 AP. It's a really good first item. See another team fight happening in the river. He's still got flash. He doesn't have ult though, so he has to be a little bit careful. Gets the Q on the Graves, gets the Sylas. Don't think they can do much more here, but that's a really good pickup. Again, he's just looking for the right roams, the right timings. Can push in the mid wave now and get maybe a few plates as well. So you can see that his Ignite and ulti are coming. His Ignite's up right now, but his ulti's coming up soon. So he can even look for more kills after this. He's really hard snowballing at the moment. He really wants to push that tempo and priority that he has. It also helps in Ekko when you have a winning bot and winning top. Oh no. That's fine. He's got his first item of the Lich Bane. He's got 9 stacks on the Dark Seal. He's got a refillable now. He's in a really strong position to carry this game. Also guys, I've been getting a few comments saying I'm another mid beast. You know what? I just want to set the record straight. We're not related. We both play League of Legends. But ultimately, I'm more funnier, better at League, and more handsome. We need to stop these allegations. You can see he just pushes in mid and just looks for the instant roam bot. This is a free dive because he has his ulti, he's got Ignite. TP comes out, so it's not as free, but so you have to play it as well. But it's really good that Nautilus tanked the tower there, so he can just free damage hit. Wow. Really good play there. You can't really kill the Sylas because he's got Ekko's ult. But once again, that just came down to pure mechanics. Obviously helps when you have really good teammates like the Nautilus who's able to recognize that he needs to tank first. And that he can just do crazy damage output. But yeah, he's really good at roaming at the right time, and he's really good at solo killing. So it's like he's the perfect mid laner. And he's playing in a meta where Ekko is not predominantly the strongest champ as well. To be able to make Ekko work in high elo is amazing, and the fact that he's got a challenger with 7% win rate just shows how good he is at this game. Oh, Magi's, that's interesting. But it is kind of good in a way because he's so far ahead. There's not really too much... Oh, I would say there's a bit of kill pressure on the enemy team, but he obviously thinks at the moment that he can outplay them and he's not going to die. So the Magi's is an okay purchase. I think for the regular Ekko players that tier 2 boots would have been good, and then building Nash's second is also a really viable pick at the moment. But, you know, he's the best second in the world and he can build whatever he wants. As he picks up another plate, it's third plate of the day. I'm also like, I'm aware that he hasn't... Oh, he's very aggressive. I guess because he's got ults and he's W and that size can't really kill, so you can go for that plate. You can be a little bit aggressive. This is kind of interesting. Wow, he actually got the kill there. He's still got ult too. And Sylas doesn't have enough damage to kill him. Really well played there. No, he really knows his limits on Ekko. I probably wouldn't have gone for that play, but I guess Fresh is so far behind and he's so far ahead. And he's building the Magi's as well, so he's obviously in a good position to carry this. Nice, can take a reset here. It looks like he goes for tier 2 boots. I think the standard build on Ekko would be Lich Bane first, Rush, tier 2 boots, and then go into Nashes and Death Cap. Oh, he doesn't go tier 2 boots. He's gone for more AP, that's good. I think just with all the roaming he's doing this game, that tier 2 boots might be a bit more beneficial, but obviously he knows a lot more than me. Cool. So you notice that he hasn't really laned against the Sylas at all post level 6. What you want to do on Ekko is when you get to level 9 or you build the components for Lich Bane, that you can one-shot the wave really easily. You can see what he's doing here, that he just really wants to just push in this wave and roam, but I think he's going to be a bit more aggressive and try to get the first tower. He's just so strong at this point that he can do stuff like this. And he's got Ignite too, so he can go back in. Probably not a play I would go for, but he gets the tower. Oh man. That's rough. But ultimately, it's still worth. Like, he gets first tower, he gets Sylas flash and sums. And he doesn't really lose too much. He does give over shutdown to the Graves, but Graves uses flash. So you can look to kill him later on. Yeah. He's really good at pushing tempo, which is something that a lot of people in high elo are talking about more these days. You can see he really works well with junglers. Maybe it's not so much specifically this game, but when I watch his VODs, he really walks... He really, I mean, it must be like a Korean solo queue thing that he really plays for his jungle a lot. Like, he'll give up some minions to really roam. But he still averages like 8-9 CS per game, which is crazy. You can see W's first where they thinks the enemy lands it. And this is just a winning fight. Instantly goes bot lane. You just want to be... His team can push mid, so he can go to the bot lane. He's a split pusher. Ekko is really good in the side lane. I mean, he's stopping for the red buff, but still the same concept though. Like, if your team is mid, you win a fight, you want to go to an external lane and push that. You just want to get a lot of solo XP and a lot of gold on you by yourself. But yeah, Ekko's also really good at taking camps. He's known as a jungler as well. But like, even when you play mid lane, he's really strong and can take camps. He's a really quick farmer and really quick push lane champion. This is such a Korean solo queue thing where they just ace the enemy team and then they just give over a lot of shutdowns. And now Rift Herald. But now you can see he's got the 2 item power spike, the Lich Bane and the Nashes. He's really strong. I think Ekko turns into a monster when he gets these 2 items, especially with tier 2 boots. And then he turns into a godlike carry champ when he gets the Death Cap. I always go Death Cap 3rd item, so does he. This whole setup just synergizes so well with Ekko's playstyle, with the movement speed, the attack speed, the Lich Bane proc. yeah, his teammates are dying quite a lot. He's not really forcing too many overextensions and plays. Maybe this is an example. But you can see Sylas and Samira Graves are top side, so he can go for this. He can go for this pick. He's just using the information he has and creating a bad situation into a good situation. Nice. He just picked up 2 free kills there. Like the Fresh and Cho'Gath didn't have to die there. Sylas, Graves, and Samira are still top side in this jungle. Wow, really good there. Stops the recall with the ignite first, just to make sure it doesn't go through. And then his team cleans up the Sylas for overextending. So he doesn't put himself into bad situations. He really looks at the map play and a lot of the enemy mistakes and really punishes them for that. But yeah, he's got flash, he's got ult, so he can really push for this tower. The enemy's still dead for a little bit, or they're still a bit slow on the tempo. Sideline towers give a lot of gold over, so it's always really good to really try look for those opportunities to get towers on the side lanes. Ekko's a really good strong split pusher. He's not going tier 2 boots. It's giving me the ick. But I guess it's the Medjais, that's why he's not going tier 2 boots. I'd say in most of your Ekko solo queue games, you go tier 2 boots after your first item, but he's got the Medjai, so he doesn't really need to. Now he's kind of just like stat checking, and he's got the damage now. Yeah. Pretty much a 2 combo shot on Cho'Gath there, where he uses his combo once, waits for his passive to go on cooldown, then goes back in. It's sort of how you want to play Ekko with that playstyle. If you can't one-shot the enemy like ADC or something, what you want to do is EQ in, get the passive proc, run out with the movement speed or ult, and then look to go back in. Might be a bit of an int here, but he gets his ult off. I think he wanted the Sylas to take that E then. Because he could set up his W. And he didn't know, and he knew that Sylas didn't have the right damage to kill him. But this is a bit of an overstay, and he's the first one out of there. Like, he's really quick to those sort of decision-making plays that just give you a lot more tempo on the map. Not sure about that one. Yeah, I think it's just better to get out. He's sitting on a lot of gold. I think he's 100 gold off from death cap. Yeah. And he's got 24 stacks on the Medjai, so he's in a really strong position at the moment. Me personally, I probably would have reset after that. Actually no, because he doesn't have death cap. Never mind. It's going to help the jungle out here. He's going to wait for the gold for the death cap. Now he's going to reset. Good man. 3 dragons at 19 minutes is dangerous. But this is what happens when you get mid prio and you have a lot of kill pressure in the lane, that your junglers are able to do more objectives based around the map. Mid lane is really important in that position, that if you're excelling, your jungler is excelling, and then the rest of your team is excelling. So now he's looking for a very aggressive play, looking for like picks in the jungle. This is ultimately what you want to do in the mid game is Ekko. You just want to look for a lot of picks. So when he gets to Samira there, he's going to get the Fresh. They have the opportunity to do the Baron, but since there's 2 inhibs down, Graves is now dead. They can just push for the end. He manages to go 13, 1, and 5 in 20 minutes, which is absolutely insane. And Korean challenger, by the way. Gets an assist there, and he can look to close out the game. Really good gameplay there. That was really fun to spectate and commentate. If you guys want to see more of this content, let me know if you enjoyed it. Anyways, have a good day. See you later.